Today we're going to talk about should you rent or should you buy, and what happens if you wait to buy. So what happens if you don't buy and you rent, and how much money is wasted. So I'm going to throw a couple pictures up here. We're going to talk about them real quick. So here's the first one. This first one labeled "Why rent whenever you could own?" So this goes through 10 years. Someone renting a house for 10 years from ages 23 to 33, which many people do. Okay, so year one, the rent, $1,500. And this assumes a couple things, like an average of 3% increase year after year, which some people may argue is too much, but I don't really think it is, because even though it may not go up that much every year, like in 3 years, a landlord could easily raise it $50, $100. So assuming a couple things, but from 10 years. So the first year you rent for 12 months, $1,500, that's $18,000 that you paid in rent. Year two, $1,545 for 12 months, $18,540. Okay, and it goes on and on all the way to year 10. So I think it's very plausible to think that in 10 years, average rent could be right around $2,000, which a lot of people may argue that it already is. So you rent for 12 months that year, that's $23,472. That 10-year period, you paid $206,280 in rent. You paid off you helped pay off your landlord's mortgage. His house is appreciated. That's how much money you spent. So you're spending all this time complaining about interest rates are this high, blah, blah, blah. Well, interest rates on rent is 100% because you don't get any of that back. So should you rent or should you own? My argument is buy a good house that will appreciate, even if it's not your forever home, and at least you're putting money towards equity. You're putting money towards something that you're going to get back. I've showed this graph to people, and it's moved them to tears thinking about how much money they've wasted. Okay, so here's another graph or paper or form or whatever you want to call it that I'm going to throw up there we can talk about as well. So is it better to buy now or buy later? So here is a $300,000 house. We're going to assume a conventional loan, 5% down, and 6.5% interest, which is about standard today. So you put 5% down, you don't get any closing costs paid for. So right now, it is very common for buyers to get closing costs paid for. But let's just assume you didn't get any, all right? So you didn't get any. So you are bringing to the table at closing right about $22,000. And this actually runs a little bit high, like with your monthly payment and stuff, but we're gonna stick with it. Your monthly payment, $2,200. It's funny, people don't want to pay an extra $200 a month for rent sometimes, but they'll go drop $600, or I don't even know how much PlayStation costs, or they'll go, the things that we spend money on that we don't spend on our future. But you bring to close $22,000, your monthly payment $2,200. Remember, investing in real estate, buying a home is long-term, not short-term. So in 5 years, okay, in 5 years, your home appreciates an average of 3.5%, which I think where we are, it's average of about 4%, but that means you have $56,000 your home has appreciated, that much in that amount of time. That's not even counting the 5 years that you paid down your loan. So it's actually $56,000 plus whatever you paid down is how much equity you have in there. So your estimated value is $356,000. Okay, so now I'm not even gonna look at that on the bottom left. We're gonna stick with the right. So buy in 5 years. So this is not even counting also the amount of money that we talked about on the first graph that you wasted renting. So you decided not to, so you wasted, let's go back on that graph. How much did that graph say? In 5 years, not only did you waste 20,000 plus 19 plus 9, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So under, we'll say $85,000 in rent, but You didn't gain any of that appreciation that you could have bought the home. You didn't get any of that back that you would have put to buy down your home. So you buy in 5 years. This has a interest rate of 5.5%. I don't know. I guess I assume that's going to go down a full percentage point, hopefully. You're so that same home you're paying $356,000 for. Your rent, even at a lower interest rate, $2,400. Yeah, and that's how much you're paying for that then. So is it better to buy now or buy later? It's always better to buy now. Also, people don't, I know that since I got into real estate, one thing I've learned is, I'm going to try to say this without offending a lot of people. A lot of people do not look towards their future. They are either incapable or unwilling to look past like this year, next year, 20 years down the road. So you will always have to live in a home. So every year that you postpone buying a home, that's another year of mortgage that you're going to be paying. That's another year older that you're going to be. So you want to retire. Right now, let's just say you're 30 years old. You buy a 30-year note. You don't pay any off early, which you're crazy if you don't try to pay off your home early. That's 60 years that you're going to be paying a mortgage, or you're going to be 60 years old when you're paying a mortgage. So buy it now, work on financial freedom by getting that home paid off, quit wasting your money. Even if the world and the news and everyone's telling you it's a horrible time to buy a home, that's crazy, because you can get sellers to help pay your closing costs. Homes haven't appreciated like crazy these last 2 years, so you're getting them at a pretty good rate. And you know that, I mean, I guess I can't legally say that you know, but you're crazy to think that home values aren't going to go up. They always go up. They always have gone up. If they don't go up, then the whole world is losing it. So anyway, there's my 2 cents. If you need help, want to buy a home, want to talk about buying a home, want to talk about selling your home, want to talk about selling your home and then buying a new home because you bought a home, so now you have all this equity in your home and you're ready to get your forever home, give me a call and let's talk.